At this rate, we'll have no Ozeki left, was the NHK pundit's reaction to yesterday's Ozeki bouts. Would Shodai and Takakeisho's fortunes improve today? Before that, someone from the Ukraine has a new hairstyle. Congratulations to Shishi on his first match day in a samurai top knot. But you haven't truly arrived until you come to win with it. And this he could not do. The match turned on two moments, didn't it? The amazing pivot here, and the left reversal here, making the left arm a prop to be pulled away when the time was right. Shishi cannot hope to automatically dictate belt battles at this level. The chairman's call for thrilling sumo was ably answered by Division 3 today, with plenty of heart and soul at the ring's edge. The best bout, I believe, was this one between Koto Oshu's disciple Fukamiyama and Shodai's teenage colleague Shimoyama. In the end, plucky Shimoyama's try for a Hoshoryu-style trip ended in a fall which sent his elbow down first for defeat. At least he didn't loudly curse like the sumo movie star Hirado Umi, though. That anguished cry of, "Oh shit!" echoed off all the walls, and I'm surprised there was no reprimand. Minutes later, Division 2 debutant Asashiu again failed to get his maiden win, this time in front of watching coach Takasago, who, when recording the result, perhaps added a critical note. And fears for lightweight Midori Fuji increased after this display. For the record, this is what he did to the same opponent pre-hernia. There are also concerns about the lower limbs of Hakuyozan and Kyokutaisei, neither of whom looks anywhere near recovered from July. In other news, the ex-Kiseno Sato enjoyed a bright start to matchday life as a stable master. His 4 Araiso stable boys all fought in the lower divisions today, and 3 of them won. Also, Enho, hair tied back and t-shirted, was spotted cycling in his neighborhood this morning. If his isolation is over by day 2, how tight a call it must have been on whether he could fight. And there was no shoulder barging at the end of the Yokozuna ceremony this afternoon. They did get it right. Unlike yesterday, Terunofuji waited for Terutsuyoshi to step off first. The ensuing top division schedule saw some rough stuff dealt out. So lads, junior high school teammates, but playground enemies, huh? And if you found that one rough, look away. How well Ura does to stay focused with his face so constantly pounded. It's only human to want to retaliate. But he knew Tsuyoshi wanted his head to move and free up space underneath, and that his best defense was to take the shots and stay put. In the end, it all came down to leg condition. When Ura went for broke, he dragged his left foot back and needed the right to move in quickly. But a 200-degree turn is beyond him in a single movement. I fancy that same turn is not beyond Teru Tsuyoshi though, who comfortably did a 170 here. The huge backward stride setting him up, the impact of heel on rope the cue to soften his right upper body, and keep skipping left, leaving stooping Ura overstretched and with nothing to hit. "I'm just not starting the bouts well," was all Ura would say on the record, perhaps sounding more like Hirado Umi off it. This little versus large affair was lengthy, with each man trying hard to fashion and fend off an inside frontal grip. Ultimately, though, it was the January virus victim who trumped the August one. "He's a heavy one," said Wakataka Kage, "but it was good I prepared myself to grin and bear his heavy load and attack." The missing Hakuho factor has affected attendance, I'm afraid. Today's second-floor fans were very thinly spread. Tasked with lifting the flat atmosphere was tormented Ozeki Shodai, the life and soul of every party, as you know. Facing the man against whom he injured his ankle last year, and his elbow last month. Despite the large elements of fear, though, he does beat Takayasu often. And did so again today, courtesy of two lovely scythe and reverse moves, and a fine ramming assault from his oft underused right. "I could constantly keep him in front of me and attack on my terms," Shodai said. Next up was Taka Keisho, now with two taped knees as well as a fragile neck. Could he generate the required power? And a loss of right foot grip caused his left foot to fly upwards, leaving him well off balance and with too little room to plant himself for the life-saving thrust down. The ex-Kakuryu apparently told Kiribayama this morning that the Ozeki wouldn't fancy a hard tachiai. "I wanted to put on good sumo, but I just couldn't," Keisho sighed. How is he going to win 8? Closing off proceedings was the 73rd Yokozuna, of course, against the nephew of the 68th. And despite a much more oblique approach than in May, Hoshoryu found that even his golden right can be outgripped by Teru's platinum left. "I feel I'm fighting calmly," Teru droned. "Being Yokozuna feels no different to yesterday. There's no chance he'll snap out of that tournament trance, I'm afraid." "But what's this? I know he's in a slump these days, but the bow twirler shouldn't be looking emaciated and 20 years older." That's because regular artist Shohoryu, not Hoshoryu, performed in pain yesterday after getting injured in his match. meaning 44-year-old ex-twirler Satono Fuji had to step in today. He will likely be stepping in tomorrow too. If so, I will try and film his skills.